So the Most High is saying, work, be strong, and work, for I am with you, says Yahuah hosts. Listen how he's with us. According to the word that I covenanted with you when you came out of Egypt. So this was the word. He covenanted with the people when they came out of Egypt, and he told them to build him a mikdash, to build him a tent, that he may dwell among them. So my Ruach remains among you. Do not fear. Thus says Yahuah of hosts once more. It is a little while, and I will shake heaven and earth. He's telling us he's shaking Shamayim and the earth, the sea and the dry land. And I will shake all nations. The Most High not playing with us. He's saying he's shaking all nations, all religions, all those self-righteous people that think all we have to do is believe in JC, follow Christ, believe in JC, and everything is all right. They don't know Torah, do not keep Torah, do not care about Torah. They don't know the house of the Most High, do not know the house of the Most High, and care not for the house of the Most High. They don't know Scripture. And they shall come to the desire of all nations, which is Jerusalem, the desire of all nations. And I will fill this house with splendor. Here is the house. The Most High promised to fill, once this house get built, he promised to fill this house with splendor. Says Yahuah of hosts, the silver is mine, the gold is mine. Remember, they stole these things, but vengeance is coming. And that which they stole will be put back. Says Yahuah of hosts, the splendor of this latter house shall be greater than the former. So what it was like before, this splendor will be greater. Says Yahuah of hosts. And in this place I will give shalom. Says Yahuah of hosts. This place is Jerusalem. This place, this house in Jerusalem. And I want to bring out a point about Jerusalem, because people don't know how to say the Father's name correctly. They're saying, they leave out the hey, the H in his name. They say Yahuah. Yahuah is leaving out the H. And some people add 2 H's, which is ridiculous. These are English people that have not studied Aubrey. You look at it in Aubrey, there is not 2 H's. Look at this. Here is the yard where you get your Y. You add your A, and this is your resh, which is Ara. Yarushalem. Not Y-A-H. There's no hey here. It's Yarushalem, like Yahuah. Y-A-H-U. Y-H-R-U. Yarushalem. People can't understand this. This is elementary. And we do not understand how to say the Father's name. Isaiah 66 verse 6. So we see in the Most High making the house, the splendor, better than the former. The sound of the noise of the city. What city? Jerusalem. We can say Jerusalem. A voice from the house. Here comes the voice from that house. The voice of Yahuah, who fully repays his enemies. At that point, everyone will know it was him that repays the enemies. This is his word. This is his promise. This is what's coming. Leviticus 25 and 18. He told us. This is what the Most High told us. So you shall observe my statutes and keep my judgments and perform them. Here he's saying, do the work. Do the work. The work is what he commanded us to do. Doing the work is not going out in the midst of transsexuals, homosexuals. That's not doing the work, going in the midst of these people. Our people would go into Sodom and Gomorrah and try to proclaim the Torah to these people. These people don't want to hear that. These people are destined to destruction. And destruction is coming to these people. He says, and you will not dwell in the land, and you will dwell in the land safely. Now, let me say something here. Because somebody's just said, You're trying to say homosexuals can't be converted? That is not what the Most High is saying here. The Most High is saying, I came and I visited my people. I know scripture. I came and I visited my people. He visited his people with a visitation. If you didn't get a visitation, you are not his people and you are destined for destruction. You are an enemy. He looked at your heart and he revived you not. You are in your mess. You don't know who you are. Someone can tell you, don't you know you're the chosen people? They will look at you and like, get the heck out of here. So these people, yes, they are destined for destruction. And there is no prayer for them. He's visited his people. I just thought you might need to know that. I heard someone saying this. All right, this is in the Dead Sea Scrolls, the interpretation of the scripture. The Midrash on the last days. We're going to hear the Most High here speaking. He says, I will appoint a place for my people Yasharah. Regardless of what everybody says, the Most High, he appointed a place and will plant them, that they may dwell there and be troubled no more by their enemies. No son of iniquity shall afflict them again, as formerly in the day that I set judges over my people Yasharah. This is the house which he will build, just as the scripture says, just as the prophet says, this is the house which he will build for them in the last days. As it is written in the book of Moshe, the house which his hands have established. When the people do it, it's the Most High doing it. Although he's giving the command and they carry out the work, it's him that's doing it. O Master, Yahuah shall reign forever and ever. This is the house unto which the unclean shall never enter. Never again, when this last house get built, never again will the unclean come, nor the uncircumcised, nor the Ammonite, nor the Moabite. You know, the Ammon and Moab can never come into the midst of us, nor the half-breed, nor the foreigner, nor the stranger, ever. For there shall be my Kadash ones. Here's Louis, set apart, cleansed, doing their work in the house of the Most High. And we can't go in. Its splendor shall endure forever. How long? Forever. Offerings will go on forever. The lamp will be lit again. It shall appear above it perpetually. And strangers shall lay it waste no more. No more will they be able to lay this place waste, as they formerly laid waste the house of Yasharah because of its iniquity. He has commanded that a house, look at this, that a mikdash of men be built for himself, that they may send up like the smoke of incense the works of the Torah. We're going right back to the works of the Torah. And Yahuah declares to you that he will build you a house. He says he will raise up a seed after you. He says he will establish the throne of his kingdom forever. And it will be his father. And he shall be my son. Look, he's saying I will be his father and he will be my son. And we got people saying he don't have a son. People still saying this. After the message came forth, the scriptures went right over their head. When I showed over and over, the son, he will be my son, told them, explained to them, if you're Yasharah, you're the son and daughters. He doesn't have a son. He is the branch of Dude, not Dude, but the branch of Dude, who shall arise with the interpretation of Torah to rule in Sion. See, out of Sion comes the Torah. At the end of time, as it is written, I will raise up the tent of Dude that has fallen. That is to say, the fallen tent of Dude is he who shall arise to save Yasharal is this one that's going to arise and save Yasharal. And this place will no longer be torn down ever again. Just as the prophets have written. And I have one more verse here, Ezekiel 43:7. After all said and done, we understand when there's no house of the Most High, there is no Yahuah. He's gone. But this house, this next house that's coming will be built and established forever. He says, and he said to me, Son of man, this is the place of my throne. This right here, this place is the place of my throne and the place of the soles of my feet. Remember where he told us about the soles of our feet. Wherever the soles of your feet touch, I will give it. So the Most High feet will hit this house, and it's his house. He says, where I will dwell in the midst of the children of Yasharal forever. No one can go against this. No one can say he's dwelling in many houses. He's dwelling in church houses. No one can make these statements. These people don't know Kadash. They have no idea about Kadashness. They're lost. And we're seeing how he dwells in the midst of his people. And how he's going to dwell in this house. And no other stranger going to come back into this house to tear it, to make it desolate ever again. No more abomination of desolation. Because he says he's going to dwell in the children of Yasharal. In the midst of the children of Yasharal forever. No more should a house of Yasharal defile my Kadash name. No more will we defile his name. Calling him God. Calling him Baal. Calling him all these different names. They nor their kings by their harlotry. And with the carcasses of their kings or their high places. The Most High warned us about these high places. We continue to do things, to do wicked things on these high places. And the righteous kings had to come and tear down these high places. We spoke about these high places in our Shabbat class. They call these high places, this is something that was embedded into us. And we knew them as altars. Those altars are high places. It means high places. All your church houses, you will find an altar that's elevated above the people. High places. These are the things that the Most High spoke against. So once again, no more the enemy will come in and cause the place to become desolate. The Most High will dwell in this place. No one, none, ever again will set foot inside the house. No more taking of the Kadash vessels, drinking out of the Kadash vessels, and using the utensils to eat out of. No more will this ever happen again. And he's going to reign in the midst of Yasharal forever and ever by the way of his house, his foot in his house, his splendor in his house. Now you understand why anybody can't go into his house. We see in Torah, it was Louis and the priests that go into this house to do what they do, to do what they are commanded. We have to respect his house. When his house be set up, most all of the earth will be gone. All the people in the earth will be gone because they had no respect for his house. They never discussed his house. No house of the Most High, which we have none today. No Yahuah. He's not dwelling in our midst. We don't even have a midst. We're scattered across the earth. We don't even have a midst, a place for him to dwell in. And he's not dwelling in our midst right now. But he will dwell in the midst of Yasharal once this house gets built. No house of the Most High. No Yahuah. Shalom.